Hi everyone, this is Bob Bickle and welcome to my art channel. This will be another in the series of oil painting and stuff. And the image is a wood duck, and I'm going to try to do this painting and do you justice. Hope you enjoy it. As you can see, I've already done the drawing. I used the grid method to do this portrait of this wood duck. And then after I laid out the grid, I drew the duck from a reference photo that I already had the grid on. Then once I drew the duck, I sprayed it with a pencil fixative. Then once that dried, which only takes a few minutes, I used burnt sienna acrylic paint over top of it, a very light coat. I'm painting the background now with oil paints, and what I'm trying to accomplish here is the focus is on the duck, not the background. So the background, other than the colors and the values, shouldn't make any sense whatsoever because our focus needs to be on the duck. So when I lay down the background, which I always do first, I'm only interested in the values and the color. I'm not interested in detail. I just want to put in a attractive background with no sharp edges. Now what I mean by sharp edges is uh, anything out of focus like this background is. There's no hard edges, they're all soft edges. You'll only see the sharp edges when I go to the foreground, which is the duck itself and the fence post it's standing on. Now I normally grade my progress in my paintings by the size of the brush I use. And this brush I use to do the background is a very large round brush. Now as I'm getting into the duck, my brush size decreased because I need a smaller brush to put in some finer detail. Now, this isn't the last brush I'll use, and I'm only putting in background color on this duck. Later I'll drop down in my brush size to put in more detail. Now, I always, when I do a painting, do my background first. And with oil paints, I normally go from dark to light because you can get away with that with oil colors. In watercolors, you do the opposite. You paint from light to dark. But in oil painting, you go from dark to light. Now the oil paintings, the oils I'm using are Griffin oil paints made by Winsor Newton. They more or less dry overnight. And I'm also using M. Graham's alkyd walnut oil. It thins out my oil paints when I need to thin them out, which is when I'm overlaying thicker paint. I'll thin out my paint to get to cover over that thicker paint. Well, friends, we're near the end of this video. I sure hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And until I see you again, I hope you do well. Stay safe. Bye now.